Hey, Scott Spritzer here. He's Rafael Esparza. We are DocSports.com, and we're talking about the NFC South today, and we're going to cover all 4 teams in just a moment. But first, quick note, if you've yet to become a member at DocSports.com, just want to give it a trial run. It's a real cool way to do it. You click on the link below the video, and you get yourself set up for that free $60 account that you see on your screen. You can then use those free $60 on any of our daily packages, any handicapper on the roster, any daily sports package. Viewers by using that free $60. It's just a great way to give DocSports.com a trial run. Let's kick things off, Rafael, with the Atlanta Falcons, who started last year 1-1. They then lost 5 straight games. They are plus 600 to win the division. Over under wins total 7.5. A little bit of juice on the over. They lost those 5 straight games after the 1-1 start. They were 1-6. They were getting killed defensively, especially, and there was a thought that if Dan Quinn didn't get things turned around quickly, he would be axed. But the players kind of went to bat for him. They really fought hard for him. And when he decided after the bad start, and they got whacked by the Rams in the final loss, before he decided to relinquish some defensive coordinator duties, turn it over to his coaching staff along with himself. And the numbers, Rafael, were incredible the rest of the season for Atlanta's defense. They started playing a much better brand of football. They got healthy on defense. Now they've added some tools on offense. They still got Matty Ice, very good quarterback. Todd Gurley's now in the mix. I'm like this on Todd Gurley's, basically his mental standpoint. But as far as Atlanta's concerned, I look at everything I just talked about, strength of schedule, and I think this is a team that I'm bullish on heading into 2020. I really like the Atlanta Falcons to snap back this year.
Yeah, everyone's going to be talking about the 2 white quarterbacks, Brady and Drew Brees, but hello, Matt Ryan's still in that mix in there. And let's face it, their season turned around when they went to the Dome in New Orleans and beat them 26-9. And then after that game, the next week, they went to Carolina and held the Panthers to only 3 points. That's when their season turned around. That's when his job, the head coach job, was saved because that defense started playing some really good football. Again, this team is going to be a sleeper. I like this team. I'm not going to bet the total season wins, but every week, if all this goes well during the NFL, I'm going to be looking to play the Atlanta Falcons because I think we're going to get some soft numbers because, again, we're all going to be talking about the Saints and Drew Brees. We're all going to be talking about Brady and Tampa. But, hello, there's another quarterback named Matt Ryan. And I think the Atlanta Falcons are probably glad that everyone's going to be talking about the Saints and Buccaneers. There's a team like them to win a division. You said 6-1 to win a division. That could be a nice ticket to have if you can hurry up and get that, because I think the public will probably bet them and maybe come down to 5-1. Last time I checked over at the place that I do business with sometimes over offshore, a lot of money's been coming in Atlanta, and I think that's the reason why people are starting to realize there's another team in that division besides Saints and Bucks.
I think you make great points, that they're going to be the team that early on, when everybody's talking about Brady and Brees, and that's the thing, it's not just been Brady staying in the news this offseason, it's been Brees because it seems like every network is courting him for a broadcasting gig after he's done playing football. So his name's out there every day along with Brady's. Listen, those final 9 games last year when they made the switch on defense, they went 6-3. They allowed less than 20 points per game. They shaved off 15-plus points per game off of what they had done in that 1-6 start defensively. And as far as their defense, they garnered 23 sacks with 11 and allowed just 11 touchdown passes with 10 interceptions over that 6-3 wrap up to the season. So I really like this team. There's a really cool stat on the Atlanta Falcons this season, and I checked this out and confirmed it with Elias Sports. If everything goes as planned, the Atlanta Falcons offense will start 10 first-round draft picks out of 11 players. Now, they've been keeping stats on this in the common draft era, which goes all the way back to 1967. That's never happened. This is a loaded, talented team. I don't know that they're going to win 10 or 11 games or anything like that, but I think they got a great shot to go over the total here and be a spread play for us, as Rafael mentioned, throughout the course of the season. Carolina Panthers. Go ahead.
I have to trump you on that stat. I got another stat for you Atlanta Falcon fans. Since we're probably not going to see fans in any games, Chick-fil-A will not be mad if they're not open on Sundays at the Dome in Atlanta, so people won't be complaining.
There you go. That's the stat of the entire video this week. No doubt about it. I'll leave it to Rafael Esparza. Carolina Panthers are next. They're plus 1,400, as you would imagine. Big dog to win the division Over-under is 5.5, minus $1.10 either way. Hey, I'm a Ron Rivera fan, Raphael, no doubt about it. I really am. But it was time to move on, and he did. He's got another gig. We'll talk about them later. I'm also a Matt Rule fan, and he did wonders in college, especially when he came to Baylor with the direction the Baylor Bears organization, or program, I should say, could have taken with all the off-field problems. Instead, he keeps them in the mix. He keeps them in the top 10 mix. I said this on radio shows last year, this guy's going to be in the NFL within 2 years. Well, he got there within 1 year. I like Matt Rule. I like what he's going to do with Carolina, but they are in rebuild mode. And so to imagine they're going to win more than 5 games is kind of tough this year.
Yeah, I agree. I got them scheduled to win four games if the season goes and everything goes well is what my projections are. 4 wins, just because rookie head coach. And I'm not a big sold on Bridgewater. I didn't think he played that well when he was with the Saints. The Saints won those games when he was in there because of the Saints defense, not because of Teddy's arm or not because he was a fantastic quarterback. I'm not saying he's a scrub, but I just don't think he was the big reason why he got those W's for the Saints. It was all the Saints defense on that one. So how's he going to go? Christian McCaffrey just got paid the other day. So how's he going to go? Is he going to stay healthy? We all know the trick. You catch that big check, and all of a sudden you might blow a knee, hamstring, or something for a running back. Running backs are a dime a dozen. 4 wins, I'd probably see them going. Even though I love watching Christian McCaffrey. Hopefully I'm dead wrong in that one, but dude, he's got a bullseye on him because the only news we've been hearing lately is that big fat contract that he just got.
I love the whole McCaffrey family. They've got a kid at Nebraska right now who's going to be a sophomore, I believe, in fact, who's Christian McCaffrey's brother, Eddie McCaffrey's son. But you're right. I'm not crazy about giving running backs huge contracts. That's not a knock against Christian McCaffrey. But the style he plays in today's NFL, first of all, running backs don't normally make a big a splash in the NFL for an extended period of time in today's NFL, but also the style that McCaffrey plays, very good chance he gets banged up at any point of the season. Whole lot of money. Thought they overpaid a little bit. Strength of schedule bothers me also if you're a Carolina fan because the way I rate it, they get 133 points on their strength of schedule. You want to be lower in points if you are looking at the way I do strength of schedules because the lower your point total is, the softer the schedule is. Their 133-point rating would be the equivalent of the 8th toughest schedule of last season. That doesn't spell well for this Carolina team. I'm with you. I think they stay under the total. Let's head to the Big Easy, Raphael's area of the country, and that would be the New Orleans Saints, who have an over-under wins total of 10.5. They are minus $1.10 either way. They're minus $1.15 to win the division. I'm going to toss it to you, and I'm going to kick back and listen. I'll say one thing. I like the fact that they signed. He is a fantastic route runner, and what a compliment to Michael Thomas, the wide receiver.
Yeah, I agree. That signing was huge because Thomas was everything in that offense. I mean, Kamara banged up last year, didn't have a star spread every year. If he wasn't banged up, he could have probably got a contract around McCaffrey's kind of money, but he's had an injury coming off an injury season. That signing was huge. But I'm going to say this. We were talking off the air, and I'm going to say this now. If any team could be hurt, if there's no fans in the stands, there's 2 teams that screams out to me. Green Bay Packers and the New Orleans Saints. And if there's no fans in the stands for the Saints, then sometimes they need that home crowd to juice up the defense. Not the offense, but the defense. It could be a very, very long season for the Saints. I like them. I don't like them to win, 11 games to go over. I think they probably range in 9-10 because this division is going to be tough. If you throw out Carolina, like I said, 4 wins from Carolina, but Atlanta, Tom Brady plays for the Bucs, if you haven't heard. But it's going to be crazy in that division. But it's going to be very hard. The mayor of New Orleans said there will probably be no fans at all for 2020 in the Dome. So if you're trying to tell me that they're going to get some kind of motivation in the Dome being silent, I don't think so. That could hurt the Saints in a big-time way. And that's bad for Drew Brees because I see Drew Brees probably being his last year. He might not hear the fans screaming out on his way on his last home game. That's going to be sad to see. But Saints, I got them going like maybe 9 wins. I like the Falcons to squeeze out. And I'm going to probably play the Falcons to win that division. But Saints, they're always going to be tough. But again, home field, not going to be there for them.
Trying to imagine any one of these teams against in that group of 3, talking about the Falcons, the Saints, and the Buccaneers going better than 2-2 straight up against the other 2 teams throughout the course of the season. It's tough to imagine. I mean, New Orleans with Tampa Bay 2 games, with Atlanta 2 games. I don't know that they go any better than 2-2. I think they're a 10-win team, but that still puts them onto the wins total of 10.5. And finally, we'll wrap up the division with the most talked about football team and quarterback in this offseason. That would be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And, of course, Tom Brady, who's the newest member of those Buccaneers. Buccaneers plus $1.75 to win the division. The over-under wins total 9, minus $1.35 on that over, under plus $1.15. Tom Brady comes to town, and after watching Jameis Winston struggle so badly, throwing the ball to the guys in the right colored jerseys, anything is going to be better than Jameis. Jameis Winston, I thought would be a little bit better. I didn't think he was going to set any records in the NFL. And then last year comes out, and it's like every other pass is picked off. You could almost not bet on Tampa Bay, even in the best spot, because you never knew. You always thought Jameis would probably be good for 2 or 3 turnovers. Just Tom Brady coming in, making good decisions, whether he's 22 years old or 50 years old, doesn't matter. He's not going to throw bad passes like Jameis Winston did. It's an improvement right off the top.
Yeah, and I want to tell a quick story. It's no secret that I'm an odds maker at one of the global books, and that when that trade happened, we were getting emails and tweets and all that and saying, hey, you guys forgot Tom Brady got signed in Tampa Bay. Shouldn't the total season wins be 10.5 or 11? I'm like, really? It's just Tom Brady. I mean, he didn't bring the whole offensive line in New England. He didn't bring the whole team in New England. It's just one guy. So it's just funny how the bettors thought they should be automatically total season wins 11, 12. They were going to go 12-4 in Tampa Bay. It's just not going to happen. Is he going to improve the team? Yeah, because it's Tom Brady. He's got weapons now, not only just on offense, but tight ends, the running back. He has so many weapons than he did last year with New England. He is going to improve the team, but I don't think he's going to add 2 wins to that schedule. Like you said, he has to play the Saints. He has to play the Falcons. Those are losses. That's 2 losses right there if they go split. I don't see them going double digits. I think if they can, maybe 10. But again, it's going to be hard for someone in this division to have 10 wins. I can see 2 teams maybe 9-7. But I think Tampa Bay will be in the mix, of course, to win this division just because of TB12. But people, it's just one guy that went there. Quit betting the over, quit betting. They're going to be like last year's Cleveland Browns. And we all saw what happened last year with the Cleveland Browns. The books were swimming in money by week 5.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think they're going to be as bad as Cleveland was with their overall record.
No.
But I get what you're saying. And I like to side with you guys behind the counter. And you guys behind the counter probably could use a little under action on Tampa Bay when you see that price minus $1.35. And you just mentioned you got a bunch of questions from people saying, why isn't this 10? Why isn't this 10.5? So we know where the public's going to be. Here's the thing. If Bruce Arians, who likes to have an offense that throws the ball deep down the field more often than a lot of teams in the league, we'll know really early in the season whether Tom Brady has finally reached that age where his arm is kind of dead. Because if he has to throw the ball downfield a lot, like a Bruce Arians offense tends to like to do, they could be in some trouble because he was having problems, albeit he had no receivers last year in New England. But Brady did say, we have such a talented offense, and Bruce Arians is going to run the kind of offense where anybody on this unit can have big days week in, week out. So it's going to be interesting to see that balancing act between what Bruce Arians is known to do and then what he's going to kind of adjust to do with Tom Brady at quarterback. So I'm with you. I think the public's a little bit overreacting here. They could very well get swept by the Atlanta Falcons or the New Orleans Saints. I don't think they'll get swept by both, but are you going to be shocked if one of those teams goes 2-0 against Tampa Bay? They could be very close games. It's just one of those things where they're in a real tough division with those other 2 teams that I just mentioned. All right, that'll do it for the NFC South. For Rafael Esparza, I'm Scott Spreitzer. Don't forget about that $60 free account. To get it, you click on the link below this video and get yourself set up. Use that free $60 on anybody on the roster. Daily packages at DocSports.com. Check out our other videos, folks. We are DocSports.com.